Welcome to JLab Audio in our new office in Carlsbad, California. I'm Terra, Director of Marketing.
I'm Cramer, CEO.
And we are here to talk about the Epic Air True Wireless Earbuds. This is one of the most exciting products I've ever launched.
Yeah, by far. I mean, it's the coolest, most technical, most advanced product we've ever launched. So I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to showcase it. It's been really 18 months to 2 years worth of work to get to this point. So it's exciting to see it come to life.
Can you talk about the battery?
Yeah, you bet. So if you look at what was out there in terms of battery life with true wireless, and just to take a step back, when we're talking true wireless and no strings, if you look at this, there's no wire that connects the two earbuds behind your back. Mm-hmm. So each one works independently. But when you look at battery life, it took most of our competition, they play for 3 to 4 hours. We spent a lot of time looking for a battery that would fit and that would last a long time. So we found this battery in Germany. It's generally used for hearing aids, but we found it, we scoped it in, and we got a product built around this battery on the inside. Each battery is 120 milliamps, which gives you about 7-ish hours of total playtime, which is roughly double the competition.
Yep, and that's in the earbuds themselves. So
Correct.
They can be just go for 7 hours.
My marathon time.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you can do better, but
We'll see.
yeah. And there's also the additional charging case.
That's right. So the earbuds come with a charging case, which has a 2600 milliamp battery inside, which will charge them, let's call it 4 times or so. But pretty cool. We made this case so it has a built-in cable, and then you can also charge your phones from it too. So Android or Apple has a full-size USB port on the front. So you can put your earbuds inside, they automatically charge, or you can charge your phone from the case, which I thought was pretty cool. Real life use, what I found out is that I use them for 3 to 4 hours at a time, and then I put them back in the case, so it takes about an hour and a half to recharge fully from there. Rarely am I wearing them for 7 hours at a time, unless I'm running that slow marathon. So you're usually putting them back in multiple times a day, and they're staying fully charged.
Can you talk about making calls? Are these good for talking on the phone? And
yeah, I mean that's one thing that was important to me, and I thought that lacked in most Bluetooth earbuds. No one really thought about the mic and ensuring that calls worked. But now that Apple lost their port, there's no plug-in port. There's rumors that the Samsung 8 will learn next week if their port is removed as well. But regardless, it was important to me that the microphone worked very well and that calls were clear. So whichever earbud you decide to pair with your phone, so you pair one to your phone and then the other to the other, whatever you use to pair with your phone has a mic built into it, either side, and the calls work great. It was very important for me to make that right.
Yep.
Connectivity is key with true wireless. It's very challenging to get a Bluetooth signal that is clean or that can work cross-body from your phone to the earbud, and then from there it's got to go from the earbud to the other earbud. So we had to really think about what's the best way to do that. And it kind of came to us one day when we decided to build these with ear hooks. So well, why don't we put the antennas in the ear hook to give a better connectivity experience? And voila, it worked. And we were really excited about it. But in addition to that, we spent a little more money and put Bluetooth in both earbuds, which really gives the user the ability to choose which earbud they want to pair to first, or to be the parent.
Yeah.
So if I keep my phone in my left pocket, so I might pair it to my left earbud because the connection is closer and can be better.
Yep.
But you might carry your phone in your right pocket.
Yeah.
Therefore, you want to connect it to the right earbud first. So you have that choice. And again, making sure that the connection between the two behind the head works. It's hard to explain, but thinking about these ear hooks stick back behind your neck a little bit, and the connection is closer and it's easier for the two to talk to each other. So it worked out well for us.
Yep.
Now from a pairing perspective, it's really what you would expect. You take one out, you turn it on, you double click the button, and that becomes your parent earbud. And then you look in your settings on your phone and choose Epic Left or Epic Right as your parent. Click go, and you're off and running.
Yep, so you don't pair both earbuds to your phone, you pair
one. You choose which one you want to pair.
Yep.
After you do that, the two will auto pair to each other.
Okay. And I liked once, I heard you say that you called that a handshake connection. So it goes to one and then speaks to the other.
Absolutely. So yeah, it is a handshake between the device and the phone. Then the two handshake together as well. I think it's important to point out that the connection between the two, it will learn and get better in time. It begins to find out how you're wearing them on your head and fine-tune the antennas or the RF frequency between the two. So if you use these, within 15 seconds, you're like, oh my gosh, this connection's awful. Wait 5 minutes, and that connection will learn and continue to evolve and get better and stronger in time.
Yep. Okay. Great. Can you talk a little bit about the sound? I know it's challenging when you have small earbuds to design a great sound, but how do we make sure we do that?
Well, we put in big drivers first. We don't sacrifice sound. So we started with the battery and the driver, and we said, okay, we have to have a large battery, we have to have a large driver. How can we design an earbud around those two things and still be comfortable? So we have an 8mm driver inside. So the sound is what you would expect. It sounds very similar, if not better, than the Epic 2. They have that thumping bass. You can feel it when you're using it. Just important that sound was present versus just an afterthought.
Can you talk about some of the features on this product that make it great for working out, for running, and for movement?
Yeah, I think when you look at fitness-inspired earbuds, which is what you can put these into that niche if you want to, but true wireless, nobody put ear hooks on them. So when I saw people running with a Braggie or even walking around with the AirPods, it was so easy to pop out of their ear, which was just weird. So I didn't think anyone could run with them. And sometimes I run, not all the time. But it was just such a natural thing why not put an ear hook on it so it actually will stay in your ear if you're doing something physical. And it works so well.
Yeah. Also, they come with 8 tips, which is
loads of different tips.
Yep.
I mean, that's such a key part of any earbud. Really is including a good number of tips. Everyone's ears are different. Every shape is different. I wear a small tip on one side and a large tip on another side.
Yeah.
So getting that seal that's right, getting that comfort level that's right, is really going to make your experience significantly better if you spend the time to find the right tips for you.
Yep. And they're also sweatproof, so IPX or IP55.
Yep, that's IP55. So we've made it so they're essentially washable. You can wear them, get them a little sweaty, and when you're done, rinse them under the sink and put them back in the case. If you dry it off, of course. But the purpose being, we want you to use them. We want you to be hard on them and make sure that they're usable again.
Yeah. Another great function or feature with this product is the controls, because they are wireless, they're on your ears, you don't want to have to be looking for your device all the time. So can you walk us through what you can control?
Yeah, no, good question. So it was really hard to do this, and we were trying to figure out the right way. If you look at the earbuds, they each have our logo on the side, and those logos double as touch sensors. So when you put them in, when you wear them, it's very simple. You can just walk up and touch the product, and your volume will go up or down on one side. Down on the other, your track will go up or down. You can activate or launch Siri or Google Assistant with them as well. Play, pause, answer, pick up. All of the controls you would generally be accustomed to with a set of wireless earbuds, we built into these with touch sensor control.
Great. And I know we just created a video to talk about how the controls work, and so if anyone has questions, you can always watch that.
Yep. I mean, there's some good stuff online that you can watch. You can always send in a question on Facebook or Twitter, and we'll answer you too.
Yep.
But we spent a lot of time figuring out the best way to make these controls work, and we think we did a nice job. Thanks everyone for watching. If you have any questions about the product, please visit jlabaudio.com, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.
Thank you.